Everybody, welcome back to Play Sport as usual. If you're new in the channel, consider subscribe. And guys, I brought you good news here. Easybet, they're giving you 50 rand free for signing up, and also 25 free spins. So make sure that you join. The link is in the description. Use the promo code mullahdope so that you can get that promo. So as things stands, I'm having Mesh and Manda here on the new year, which is 2025, and they are very happy that it's also a window period is already opened. We're talking about window transfer, and let me just try to give you first news so that they can come in. So we have Sirino. They say that Sirino is not going to, actually is doubtable that he is going to play on the Soweto derby, but they say he is injured for 1 to 2 months according to the reports. So yeah, man. And nobody, is it Nabadi from Nigeria playing for Chipa United? They are lost his father, so condolence to him and his family. So guys, Mesh and Manda, how are you guys? Welcome back.
Hey, how's it, Mullah? How's it, viewers? Thank you for having us back.
Hola, mula.
Ngingathemba senizwile indaba yakatawa.
I know sizwile informed. Ngifuna uqale ngithi happy new year to everyone, man. We made it, guys. We made it. Praise the Lord.
Yes.
And may this year be a year of blessings and a year of fullness of joy in Jesus' name, man. Especially for the Kosi fans. For everyone, Mara, especially for the Kosi fans.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
This is our year. Yeah, no, in the way of PCC is really too. And yeah, man. Obviously, I think I've got mixed like feelings about it, you know.
Yeah.
In a sense, in terms of Lapis Corner as Kaizer Chiefs, like honestly, man, we've struggled so much, you know. And if you hear the scouting department, they said that listen, they want players who are not going to take time to adjust, you know. So here's the thing, man. So if we're still going out there to look for inexperienced players, we run the risk of having players who struggle to adapt, you know. Percy has played in South Africa before. He knows the culture. He's also played in Al Ahly, which is one of the biggest teams in the country, you know. So I think he would be a good signing for the short term, you know, in terms of like, you know, bringing back the glory days in the short term. I don't think is a bad option in comparison to the kind of people we have. I mean, it's Petu Ranga, it's Petu Utu Lapo, Petu Duba, and I don't think any of those players are better than Percy Tau. So if he'd come in, he'd definitely add value to our squad, you know. The same with Sirino, for an example. A lot of people were like, no, Simfuno, you know, Sundowns reject and whatnot, you know. But he came in, and because he was better than more than half of the squad that we have, he made a difference, you know. So same with Percy. So my thing is, if we cannot get anyone else, do you know what I'm saying, who's going to be better or within that caliber, there's nothing wrong with getting Percy Tau, especially if his contract is terminated. He's not going to take a position from the foreign quota, you know. So I don't think it's going to be to be a negative thing to have him in the squad. It can only add value. But again, he's a 1 season, 2 season player. We're not going to sign him to try and build the squad around him. No, we're signing him to help us, you know, with the experience and help us be able to, you know, get something in the interim, but to get something now, you know, in a short-term space. So, yeah, man, we've seen him. We know his quality. We know how good he can be when given the chance. We know how good he can be when he's supplied for and when he's comfortable and happy, you know. So for me, man, I don't think it'd be a horrible signing, but I'd still want to first consider our options before signing. You know, it's not a player that you should run and go sign. Do you know what I'm saying? But it is a player that you can sign. Or mangabe sothola when Mangabe Sotola is striker and the striker is not as experienced, then get Percy to be the person who the guy can from. So that's my take on Percy Tau.
Yes. No, thank you very much, Mandla. Guys, as you heard, Mandla is saying that it's better to check Percy Tau because there will be no foreign quota is not going to be a problem, and you know that he have been played. If he have been playing in South Africa, and we know that he played for also big teams like Brighton, Alach, Mamelodi Sundowns. So it's going to be very simple for him to adapt for in PSL. So man, Mesh, do you have anything to say? That was Mandla, guys.
Mina ngithi no. Ngifuna uPercy Tau. Ngithi no to Percy Tau. Phansi ngoPercy Tau phansi. The Motaungs must not make that mistake. They'll be making a big mistake. There is no reason for us to pay Percy Tau the salary demands that he deserves. Not that he demands, the ones he deserves.
Yes.
For about 2 seasons, you understand. There's really no need for us because he's a talented player, he's a great player, but you know, in terms of attack, I think instead of exhausting all that money, we could have exhausted that money on someone like a police, you know. And I think that Percy Tau, the way he's so accomplished, he's one of the most accomplished players South Africa has ever exported outside of South Africa.
Fact.
And I'm putting him at the same caliber as all our greats. I'm talking Lucas Radebe, I'm talking Benny McCarthy, I'm talking, he's one of the greatest to ever go out of this country.
Fact.
He left this country, he went to England, he went to Belgium, he's played Champions League, he's won CAF more than once, even more than 2 times if I'm not mistaken. He has played Club World Cup more than once as well, more than Sundowns even.
Yes.
You know, going into this Club World Cup, Percy Tau would have been playing his 3rd Club World Cup, and Sundowns would have been playing their 2nd. You understand? So Percy Tau, for me, he's too big a player for a project like Chiefs. The Chiefs project for a player like Percy Tau is not exciting. Because remember, now we are moving this guy from CAF, from Club World Cup, we are bringing him down to playing the league only, to playing Nedbank Cup only. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
We are bringing this player down only to play, like, you know, a couple of a couple of competitions. When, you know, if individually as a player he's like, you know what, I want to go overseas, or I want to play Club World Cup, or I want to do something of that nature, it's allowed for him. You know, I think he has the right to do that. And also, if he says, I prefer more money and I would rather retire where I'm getting a lot of money, then he's preferred to go to, Saudi Arabia or wherever the money is, you know. So for me, honestly speaking, yes, he's a good player. He's better than all our attackers. He's probably going to be the best player if he comes there. But 2 seasons, you know, paying him so much money, for me, I'd rather exhaust his salary on other players. I'd rather get other players who are marquee players, who are going to be marquee signings, and we spend 500,000 or 400,000 on each player. You know, I'd rather we cook a proper contract for a foreign player. You know, maybe a foreign player is getting 100,000 somewhere, we can give him 400,000, you know, quadruple the salary, and we'll still have change, because Percy Tau is going to be more than Dolly. It's going to be more than Billiard. And those 2 signings have set us back. And they haven't set us back, you know, 1-2 seasons. They've set us back years of financial, imbalance. So I do not wish that on the team. I've seen the effects of it. I really do not wish for a player who's so expensive to be at the team at this current moment. Because if we cannot give...
Mesh is off. Emandla. I think
Sure,
Mesh is suffering from network.
Oh, yeah.
Similar to Cardoso when he was here, where
it's bad.
he does not go out. He does not get subbed. You understand what I'm saying? Sure. Sure.
Yeah, your network dropped for a second, brother. Can you repeat the last few things that you were saying?
I was saying that we've seen the repercussions of having a player who's earning a lot, right? We've seen what it does to the dressing room. We lost Blom because of that. You know, we lost Blom because of the scandal of Billiard and what, you know, him featuring in more games and stuff like that, but still not being paid the same. You know, coaches lose dressing rooms because of that. And on this side, Percy Tau is going to be earning more than Billiard, is going to be earning more than Dolly, and he deserves that money. You know, it's not like he's swindling the club or anything. He deserves that money because of the achievements that he has done for himself. So I would rather we exhaust our search and our effort. We must not make that mistake, because if we don't give him the salary he's getting at Al Ahly, then that means that we're going to have to what? We're going to have to give him a contract similar to Mart, a contract similar to Cardoso, where he doesn't get subbed off. As soon as he gets injured and he comes back from injury, boom, he's back on. But other players, they'll have to look at Sirino now. He came in, he did his thing, but now, there's scandals, and there's nothing we can do because he's the best player in the team. In some or other ways, like I Asim Koleleni, because he's the best player in the team. But in actuality, he's not respecting his job.
Yeah, fact. Thanks, Mitch. Thanks.
Yeah, can I just?
Yeah, you can add, bro.
Yeah, man. I think Nyamuzu match now, but I don't think I agree with his argument. For you to say, for an example, he mentioned that he's too big a player for Kaizer Chiefs. For me, that is we dropping our standard then when we're going to say, okay, there's certain type of players who are too big for the club. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't believe anyone is bigger than Chiefs. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's an African player. More especially because Percy Tau is a South African player. And at the end of the day, I think at Percy's age, yes, we know Guti's had an amazing career, but at his age, he's not the most attractive player for a European team, for an example. He's not the most attractive player for a team overseas that's going to give him a lot more money than he's getting already now. So I don't think Guti Chiefs would be where at this stage of his career. I don't think he looks at a Chiefs opportunity as him dropping his standard. No. I don't think that's the case. And we could have argued that that's the same thing for Sirino. Do you think Sirino looked at Chiefs and like, flip, I'm dropping my standard? Otherwise he was going to force his way into that Sundowns dressing room again, or look for an option in North Africa as well. So I think it's still a feasible opportunity for him to come to Kaizer Chiefs. And remember, as much as yes, we're probably going to pay him a lot, but you're going to be getting him for free. Do you know what I'm saying? So Chiefs is not going to be losing that much in any case, And at the end of the day, I'm saying I would have understood if we're talking about a player here who is not that good. Do you know what I'm saying? Or we're talking about a player who's just average. Percy has proven to be an extremely talented player. And we've been crying about equality in Kaizer Chiefs. So if we are crying about quality and we believe that quality players are the players that can take us to the next level, how can we look at certain players and say, no. Okay, we want quality, but this quality is too big. One quality, but this one is too much. I don't think we can say that. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't have grounds to say that because of how where we find ourselves as a team. Like if we have the best out there, we should fight for the best. Do you know what I'm saying? So, because the thing is, bro, like if we do that, we're going to struggle. If our argument is that players need to play in CAF, players need to play goopy, and that's what's going to excite them to come to a club, we're going to struggle with getting quality players. You know what I'm saying? For an example, even the Ozuna Paul is who we want very much. If his deepest desire is to play in CAF, is to play for the league, is to fight for these big things, we're going to struggle signing a player like that as well. As much as we can say, okay, we need to exhaust our money and use our money for those kind of players, we're going to struggle if that player is dreaming to play in CAF and whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think for me, like Chiefs project should be twofold. It should be divided into twofold. You should get players who are going to bring you, who are going to secure, for lack of a better word, who are going to secure Nabi's job right now by him winning a trophy and him just finding a good position in the league. You need those kind of players. And I think that's what you find in players like Percy and the likes. And then you need to have a second project where you are building a team for longevity. Do you know what I'm saying? That's when you're filling in the youngsters. Do you know what I'm saying? You're pushing also to sign players like Ozuna Polis. You're pushing to sign players like I'm not a fan of him, Mara. People like him, so maybe Abovela Baegans, So I'm saying, Guti, there must be a young group that we are grooming to who are going to fight for competitions and keep Chiefs in that stage of bringing back the glory days. And then you need a squad that's going to bring results immediately. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's the kind of pressure that we have. We don't have another 5 years in us to say we are still building. I'm telling you, Guti, we're going to lose a lot as a club. Fans are so frustrated at this point. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. you need to be fighting for these Christian Maelas, fighting for these, if you're not getting them, fight for these Percy Taus, fight for these players who are going to bring perfect balance into the squad and bring in results immediately. And then you're also having a secondary project where you are filtering in youngsters, you know what I'm saying, who are going to take the glory days that have been brought back right now and then make it a sustainable thing. So yeah, man, that's my take on it. Like I said, I don't think Percy is going to be a bad signing for Kaizer Chiefs. He cannot. Like Mass also argued, which he's a very good player. So because of that, he can't be a mistake. Unless we're saying Guti Mfetu is in his peak days are going down. He's in his latter stages of his career. If that was Mass's argument, I was gonna be like, But Mass is saying, this guy is a good player. We know he deserves the best. He deserves what. Surely, if he's that kind of player, then that is a Kaizer Chiefs type of player. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think we need to look at ourselves like a big club again. But yeah, man, that's my argument.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
Mulla, let me come in again and then just tell Mandla my thinking, right?
Yeah.
Mandla said that Percy Tau will not going to build the team around him.
Wait.
The previous time you said Percy Tau will be a 2-year signing. He will be a short term. He's not long term. He's not someone who can build a team around him. A long term. He's someone who's gonna build a team around him short term. Now, my question is, right, why would you build a team around somebody short term and then pay him so much money? Exhaust the bank for someone that you're not even looking at long term for. You understand? We will have him. He's good for 1 season, 2 seasons. We rely on him. And then, boom, he's gone. And then who's the replacement for him? You understand what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that we must not look at Chiefs like we are lacking a coach. We do have a coach. Any player that's signed, big or small, will be able to fit in their roles the same way other players have fit into their roles perfectly. Other players have fit into their roles perfectly. Players that even the coach didn't believe in, like Mtetwa, for example. So I do not undermine any signing. And for me, I do not believe that with the type of technical team that we have, we must rely too much on how big the name is. We must rely on the capability of the player. And if we're able to find somebody who can do the same job that Percy Tau is going to do, and that person is cheaper, and that person, even has less experience, or whatever the case is, I think that still is a good signing. The biggest thing that we are going to fool ourselves is to think that Percy Tau does not have personal ambitions as an individual. He does have personal ambitions and as an individual. And as an individual, I don't know. I wonder if Chiefs is at the top of his list, or if he wants to figure out other deals first, maybe Saudi or other teams, maybe even Wydad, before going to Chiefs. Because you must understand that these players, they're also looking to play in the Club World Cup. Club World Cup is next year, And for Percy Tau, let's not even lie to ourselves. You are bringing Percy Tau in a project like Kaizer Chiefs, where we are building, where we are trying to find our feet, and then we build for this season, and then next season we find our feet. Maybe he's good, and then the following season, maybe now we have to let go of him or anything of that nature. It's still not a good signing. Many times when we speak, we say Nengomasha was not replaced, Kune was not replaced, Shabalala was not replaced, Letulanyan was not replaced. How are we going to replace Percy Tau if we struggle to right now, we don't even have an out-and-out striker who's doing well. We don't even have a defensive midfield or a center mid that's doing well. We're also lacking in terms of substitutes on the right-hand side, right full back. You understand? We've got all our left full backs, they're injured. So clearly, we're not a team that's advancing in terms of different types of players. But to invest in Percy Tau at this current moment is a panic investment. We can exhaust I'm telling you now, we can exhaust all our efforts elsewhere and get the same results Percy Tau would bring, or even better results. Because if we are bringing Percy Tau at that rate, that means that we are putting the shoulders of the league on him. We are putting the shoulders of him taking us to CAF on him. We are putting the weight on his shoulders for all these things that Mdu and other players are currently carrying right now. So bringing a player that we are going to pay so much to guarantee you the league. If it's not gonna guarantee us the league, or it's not gonna guarantee us that we're gonna move out of top 8. I mean the bottom half of the table, or from top 8, looking for top 8 to all the way to top 3. Then what's the point of spending so much money if we're going to get the same results that we'd get with Abomart? You understand what I'm saying? So we need to sign at places that we really need a person. Yes, we do need a winger, we do need a striker. Percy Tau is exactly that. But unfortunately, the project does not suit him. The Chiefs project, when you look at his individual achievements and probably what he's looking to get right now, the project does not suit him. The hunger that he has will not match the trophies that he has been fighting for before. You know, he has won the league before. He has won everything that Chiefs is offering him to win. So I don't think the hunger will be the same. But if he's in a different project, maybe like Wydad, Club World Cup or something like that, I feel like his hunger will be different. So I'm not just basing on maybe he's a big player, he's a good player and all of these things, but I'm also basing on repercussions. We have seen with Billiard, we've seen with Dolly, and there's no way we will not be able to avoid this one with Percy Tau.
Yeah, Mesh, man.
Yes. Mullah, can I add again?
You guys are running out of time. Just
2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You see, with what Mesh said, I literally gave him an answer to that. I said that upon Kaizer Chiefs acquiring Percy Tau, we need to make sure our project is twofold. So you're getting players who are going to assist us in getting silverware right now, while Nabi is continuing to cook with younger players. I literally said that. So obviously when you have a Percy Tau and then you've got a young cooking up in that position, then we replace him. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying about these kind of players. Like, look now, we're busy saying that we must fight for Fiston Mayela. Fiston Mayela and Percy Tau are exactly the same age, bro. So the same thing that you're going to complain about in Percy is probably the same thing that you're going to complain about in Fiston Mayela. Do you know what I'm saying? In a sense, you're going to, okay, who replaces him? If you don't have answers to how you're going to replace Upesi, you're not going to have answers to how you're going to replace Fiston Mayela as well. Do you know? But I don't think that should be our concern right now. Our concern right now is bringing the glory days back. But in bringing the glory days back, we've been in a 10-year drought. There's something that has to be done now. Do you know what I'm saying? To make sure that fans regain their confidence. There's something that has to be done now to buy Nabi more time. And to do that, there are players that you can get, experienced players who can help you find answers to problems that we have now, while he's cooking up a team for the future as well. Do you know? So that's my argument as well. Nabo Fiston Mayela, you can argue Uguti Fiston Mayela also wants to play in CAF. He also wants to play in the Club World Cup. If we're going to make that the standard and the benchmark of every player that we bring to Kaizer Chiefs, there is no player that we're going to find at this moment here. That means there's no one who's going to come to Kaizer Chiefs. If we say, okay, everyone wants to play in this, everyone wants to play in this, everyone wants to play in this. No. You give these guys, you give these guys a project that has a vision, a project that has clear success, then they'll want to come to a club. You know what I'm saying? We need to look at Chiefs like a big club again. We can't say Chiefs can't. Man, they're too big for a club. I refuse to believe in that, bro, because of just because of the 10 years that we've been suffering. That shouldn't change the status of a club in terms of how big and how attractive it is to come play for a club like that. You're telling me Sirino in his few games, he hasn't benefited from being a Chiefs player? He has, bro. As much as he's won so many things, he's benefited at being a Chiefs player. And that's how we should approach even our negotiations when we go and sign these big name players. Bro, Umas just said that we have a good coach, 100%. I completely believe that we have a good coach. But even good coaches know, Guti, they need quality players to win silverware. They need quality players to win the league. They can tell you, as much as Nabi knows, Uguti, he's a good coach, he still tells you, Uguti, okay, we have a project, we have this, but you look at our squad is not, we do not have the right quality for us to be expecting to win things. How can he say that as a good coach? Do you know what I'm saying? It means that he knows the importance of signing quality players. He even said, Guti, there's a type he'd rather be patient than sign a player who doesn't deserve to be in that Chiefs team, because there's a certain character that you have. There's a certain level of quality that you have to be playing for a team like Kaizer Chiefs. You see what I'm saying? So even great coaches know, Guti, they need quality players in order to even make them even greater. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, Pep says it all the time. He's like, my team and the quality players that I've been coaching are the ones who've made me a great coach. You know, you need that, bro. Like, you can be the best coach, bro, if your players are not at a certain standard. You know, you're gonna win in patches, bro. There's not gonna be any consistency, bro. And that's what is happening right now at Kaizer Chiefs. Because we have a good coach, we've got average players who can have good performances here and there, but we do not have players who can bring us something in the long run. We just don't have that, you know. But yeah, man, hope that answers.
We'll agree to disagree. Mandla will agree to disagree. All I'm going to say is that I like the example. Mullah, just give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna say I like the example he made with Pep, because it's possible to be the 2 seconds. All I'm saying is that I'm grateful to use the example of Pep. It's possible to be the best coach in the world and lose 9 games out of 12. I'm not lying. No, Mandla, we can deal. It's possible to be the best coach in the world and lose 9 games out of 12.
How many seasons? After almost 7 years of success, bro. So he knows where the end of the day, the players are growing older.
Percy Tau's quality can be found elsewhere. Percy Tau's quality can be found elsewhere, and he's more of a winger than an out-and-out striker. The reason why I would want Fiston Maele is because he's an out-and-out striker, and our best out-and-out striker is Chivaviro, and unfortunately he's not performing at the best level.
Remember I said, the first thing that I said is that we need to get another... The first thing I said is that we need to aim for someone else. If we do not get him, Percy Tau would not be a mistake. So my argument is in you saying that he would be a mistake for Kaizer Chiefs. I completely disagree.
Yes.
But comment section.
Financial mistakes.
We have to exhaust our options first. But if you can't find anyone, Percy, bring in Percy, bruh.
It's gonna be a
Chivaviro in my squad.
Yeah, people are laughing on the comment section here, guys. You are debating now.
No, I see you have to say Percy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a financial mistake. We must not act like if we get Percy Tau and we get another marquee signing, we still need to give them a proper contract. You know, so there's no need to give Percy Tau just because we're not gonna sign him and we're giving him, you know, over 1 meter or over what. You know, and then at the end of the day, we still in a 2-year contract or 3-year contract that he signs, and you count all those millions, you find which we are giving him over 30 million. That's still on one player.
And
that's salary.
I have another video. I have another topic which I just pop up on the group right now. Maybe guys, if you want to, we don't want this video to be too long, and then we come up with another one. There is some names which I mentioned there. You can go to the group right now, and maybe if you are interested, and then we come and discuss about it.
All right. Sharp.
Sure.